Yo, how you doing? Welcome to a new live stream for stock market analysis. We're gonna dive deeper with NASDAQ, S&P, Tesla, and Nvidia. And we're gonna see the COINBASE as well. The gold is very interesting. 3,000 finally hit for the gold, and very impressive for the gold. We were looking for this price since, of course, more than 6-7 months, right? A very nice all-time high. We were expecting, of course, the 3,000 for the gold. Hello, Fabian. Epic Games Hub. Hi. Lucas Mitchell, Amazon. Yes, if you have seen, of course, the pinned message, Amazon is already, of course, on the list. We're gonna, of course, do it. And with pleasure. Fabian, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? I think, Fabian, you was also in the last stream. I'm glad that you are always there. That's nice to see you, man. So, those are the list. Of course, if you have special requests, of course, I would be glad to do it. But preferably, of course, we finish the list: NASDAQ, S&P, Tesla, Nvidia, Coinbase, and the gold, and Amazon, of course, as requested anyway. So fundamentally, the market, of course, was doing really great on Friday. Of course, I mean, it was expected, of course, to move for some green here. We saw, of course, a correction, but to say that we are ready to move up, of course, not yet, not totally up, but the fundamentals are very, I would say positive a little bit because, of course, we saw this rally and and I mean, it has been a little bit quiet, on Friday and before Friday a little bit about the trade wars and etc. So and we saw, of course, this range. Now, nothing is impulsive because, of course, we don't have any kind of impulse here in NASDAQ yet. We don't see any kind of impulsive wave. So basically, the continuation toward the downside is gonna continue, but at least to slow down a little bit. And we're gonna estimate, of course, after this move, last move, potentially we can, of course, estimate a move toward the upside again to the right direction. So let's see, of course, in a bigger view, where are we first for NASDAQ? Just a quick overview here. Let me arrange my stuff. Here we go. So on the monthly chart, we are in a wave 5, right? In the yellow scenario, where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 4, hopefully not, but potentially 4. It can be your 4 here definitely, but if we move down, of course, this will be our recession, yeah, so that we're talking about it. Lately, our recession is gonna be taken, of course, from this area definitely, where you can see anyway, kind of like a technical support as well. And definitely if we don't see a rebound after finishing this flat. So basically we're heading right now for a wave C for this small flat. And in a bigger view, if we break this, by the way, this area, not this area. This area is our recession answer. Yeah. If we break it and we move towards the downside, meaning this is not a wave C, this might transform to wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 to finish an expanding flat. Hopefully not, guys, because of course that will be a destroyer for the market, and potentially, of course, we're gonna re-estimate definitely. But we are looking right now to this wave 3 toward the upside. Are we gonna have a bigger wave 4? We're gonna see, of course, inside and estimated much more closer. So on the weekly, let's move to the weekly a little bit closer. Inside this wave, which is supposed to be a wave 5 currently, if we are in a wave 5, which is not invalidated yet, our invalidation is exactly here as a recession signal, as we said, 16,045. And that because, of course, we have finished an expanding flat. What should we do under this? Rather than being impulsive, right? In case the price move towards the downside here, then we have to think about this recession signal here. So we are in a wave 5. Currently, your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. This wave 5 has to be also 5 impulsive waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, this wave 4, is gonna, of course, is invalidated. It has moved inside your wave 1, meaning we're not gonna see anymore this impulse. The impulse has been interrupted and moving or shifting to a expanding flat. This expanding flat target are the 17K, 16K, of course, for a wave C as an A, B, and a C. If we get closer inside this area, on the daily, we can see as well that, okay, it has been a very, very massive move and sharp move towards the downside. It can be a 1, 2, and our wave 1, 2 again for continuation towards the downside, 3, 4, 5, to finish a wave 3 and then 4 and a 5, hitting the target between those fib levels as expected. After this, we are expecting continuation for the market toward the upside for a wave 5 in the yellow. Yeah. We want to see this wave and not a wave 2. If we see a wave 2, that is problematic, right? So on the 4-hour chart, let's see what do we have inside it. Inside this 4-hour chart, we are looking at several 1, 2s in the top, of course, where we have here 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we got, of course, our wave 3, where you can see, of course, no overlapping in this area, right? Very clear wave 3, and then we got a wave 4 and a 5 toward the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing a wave 3 with it, yeah, and then correction for a wave 4 and another impulse. Meaning your wave 5 has started to unfold exactly here, finished, finishing a wave 1 in the magenta, right? Meaning you finished a double 1, 2, you finished a wave 3 in the middle, 4, 5, 4, 5. You finish a wave 1, and then a very, very shallow in time wave 2. Of course, it was critical times, and moving toward the downside impulsively again, right? We have 1 2 1 2, wave 3. Currently, what we got as a signal right now is that your wave 4 has interfered with the zone 1. I'm going to explain this much more closer on the 1-hour chart. So, once your wave 4 has interfered inside this area here, inside this area, which is your zone 1, it is not allowed, as per Elliott wave, it is not allowed, of course, that your wave 4 interfere with this zone 1. Unless we are looking here at something else, as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, only one wave 1, and then A, B, and a C for a wave 2. And that means this 1, 2 here doesn't exist. This 1, 2 exists exactly here. Yeah. And that's in this case scenario, of course, because your wave 1 finishes here, therefore invalidation point is not taken yet. Yeah, I would say this is not taken yet. I would believe, of course, this is our invalidation point taken from the wave 1 here. Here we go. This is our invalidation of bullish, of bearish, yeah, and looking for bullish scenario, which is a price exactly given at 19,900. I mean, it's not a big difference, but it's not taken yet. This is the idea, okay? So taking this price here is a potential, of course, a bullish scenario, moving in the 20Ks, yeah? And that because, of course, meaning once you pass this one, you have totally invalidate a 1, 2 here, even you took the 886 with this one, yeah? For this big 1, 2 here, you took the 886 and you're moving toward the upside. A wave 2 cannot take the 886. This is the idea. 20K 100, of course, is moving toward the upside. However, as you can see, we are corrective. I doubt it, of course, that we're going to get to this area. And we're still looking for lower, guys. After this correction, we have 3 waves, potentially WXY, another 3 waves down. And currently, or the Friday, move towards the upside was, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave C. Inside this wave C, we are looking for 5 impulsive waves. We want to see 5 impulsive waves. Definitely this is a wave 3, right? No interfering with the zone 1, no gaps, and also, of course, no overlaps. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So, and without taking the high yet, because we still potentially have one more wave toward the upside. Of course, it depends how the market is going to open, but potentially still have one wave toward the upside and then moving toward the downside. You would like to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Taking the high as ABC, yeah, and then continuation toward the downside. Basically, that because, of course, there is nothing impulsive yet. I know that you are looking to an impulse here, but currently this is a wave C. Well, this is a problem. It's not a 1, 2. And that because, of course, your correction is not finished and your move toward the downside is not finished. You have a big wave 3 here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning this one is going to be your wave 4, actually your main wave 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, yes. And it can be, of course, in this case scenario, I'm going to change this, of course, after the movement of Friday. And 4 and a 5. Here we go. And we had those 2 scenarios, whether we continue toward the downside, which it was a previous count, which is not anymore, or we move for a wave C, and then we move from there toward the downside, which it has worked perfectly, right? So this is the scenario right now. Next targets, those targets, let me change here, make sure that we got the right targets. So 1, and then wave 3 here, and wave 5 over 1. Here we go. Those are our targets. This is our blue box to hit between 18K and 450 and 18K 600 or 700. And this might be, of course, for the Monday and Tuesday. So potentially next week it might be bloody again, guys. So we have to be careful, of course. Yeah, nothing is finished yet, and the problem is that we don't see any sign of bullish scenarios, so or something to move toward the upside. This is, of course, definitely three waves down and up, and then moving down again. Yep, so that was it for NASDAQ. Basically, this is what we are looking for. Now, with this wave, we're gonna potentially finish a wave 3 and then 4 and a 5. We're gonna see if this wave 3 is gonna expand. Hopefully not, but 4 and a 5 can finish perfectly, of course, in the blue box, which is it can finish our expanding flat. Meaning, in a bigger picture here for the 4-hour chart, we would like to finish our scenario here inside this blue box, yeah, for an expanding flat, and it might finish it. This is a good thing. It works perfectly right now with this scenario. In case, of course, we continue for a 4 and a 5, your wave 5 has to hit this blue box, finishing an expanding flat and continue to the upside. So we're gonna see how it's gonna unfold. Let's move to the SPX500. And to check how it aligns as well with the NASDAQ. So the SPX, of course, in a just also very quick view, what are we looking at? Just to, it's always important just to know where are we, guys. So we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, okay, we are in a big wave 5 toward the upside in the blue count. Inside this wave 5, you're looking here at a 1, 2, exactly. So your wave 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing wave 1, A, B, and a C expanding flat for wave 2, and continuation toward the upside as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave 3. So currently we are in wave 3 in the orange scenario, and we're looking, of course, inside this area if we move here on the daily directly. So on the daily, we're looking here at double 1-2s. And of course, we were inside a wave 3 toward the upside, right? So if this is your wave 3 toward the upside, then this has to be a wave 4. This expanding flat has to be a wave 4. However, I doubt it because, of course, I mean, I don't see that the impulse is just finished here. I see it as a wave 1. It has transformed as a wave 1. And then we're looking for a wave 2 here. A, B, and a C for a wave 2. It might turn in S&P, of course, to a running flat, rather than being in a expanding flat. Yeah, it might turn anyway in running flat because of the overshooting wave B. Because this was supposed to be an impulse toward the upside as a wave 3, it couldn't continue. It was the last wave almost, yeah, for wave 3. And it couldn't continue it, so it has transformed into an ABC with very, very overshooting wave B, meaning the target of the wave C might not reach or fail to take the low. By failing taking the low, this will transform, of course, to an expanding flat and a running flat, right? The only way to have a running flat is through an expanding flat, failing to take the lows, and moving toward the upside as a signal for market reversal. And that would be, of course, a very nice aligning with the NASDAQ, right? We still need this one single drop to move it. As you can see, the biggest part of this drop has gone, guys. Yeah. So we still need this tiny drop potentially to test the market again and see the sentiments. And if we get a bullish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 waves down, continuation toward the upside, breaking the high, confirmation of higher prices again. That would be nice. Impulse, correction, impulse, right? This is what we would like to see. Now, inside this area, let's move to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we're looking at this move toward the downside. Well, maybe 1 hour is even nicer for this move. We have, of course, here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 1. ABC for a wave 2 sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 again for a wave 1. And of course, ABC expanding flat for a wave 2. Now, do we have a wave 3 because it looks long? Of course not, because of the overlapping with the wave 1. If this is your wave 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, your wave 4 has interfered with the zone 1, which is not allowed, turning it into a 1, 2 again. So triple 1, 2 so far, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, interfering with this zone 1, meaning a fourth 1, 2. That's crazy. However, for 1, 2s, our wave 3 finally unfolded here in a very short wave 3 actually, and that definitely because of the numbers of the 1, 2s here, right? And without interfering currently with the zone 1, and until now it did not. So we're gonna see how this is gonna turn. Definitely this is an expanding flat. This is your wave C toward the upside, and that's why it looks impulsive again. Inside this wave, I'm gonna dive especially in the S&P for the 15-minute chart to see this impulse. You finish here 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 might be here an ending diagonal, obviously. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning it might fail to take the invalidation, which is your zone 1. If we take the invalidation at 5,665, that's very, very close, right? But if we don't, therefore, continuation toward the downside. This is your wave 4. And of course, we are looking for a wave 5, therefore, for, of course, this scenario. And then 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. You know, you have 4 times 1, 2s, meaning you want to see 4 times 4, 5. And that, of course, is going to lead us to this area, right? This area, this second blue box on the 4-hour chart, can be extended. Of course, if we don't see a running flat, don't forget running flat, moving towards the upside. If extended, our next blue box will be the 0.32, which is, of course, a wave 2 minimum requirement in 1, ABC for a wave 2. It is anyway your minimum requirement fib level for a wave 2. 4,990, potentially rebounds from there and continuation for higher. Yo, activated. Welcome to the live stream, man. Yep, so these are the S&P, of course, prices. All right, let's move to the Tesla. In Tesla, here we go. Tesla, lately we saw, a little bit of green, not really too much, but yeah, it's not like the whole market. But here we go. On Tesla, we are in this scenario. Let's go to weekly maybe to see, or 4 days. Here we go. So on the Tesla, we have on the daily, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. You think S&P will make all-time high? It definitely is gonna make all-time high, but not this week, of course, not this upcoming week, or even the next one. I doubt it. But of course, we need to reverse. We need to hit the blue box first, and then we re-estimate. So we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for Tesla in the yellow count here. And then, of course, we're looking for A, B, and a C. Yeah. So as a expanding flat again. Perfect targets 1.38, 1.618. Tesla, Tesla is a little bit dramatic chart because it looks very, very impulsive, very red, and it looks like even directly as a big impulse toward the downside. And that means kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So it has the chart tells us that Tesla has to go to this area. Unless, of course, we get a reversal as running flat again. We're gonna re-estimate this area. But potentially, of course, higher possibility to reach the $70 and $50 for Tesla sooner or later. If we dive deeper a little bit on the 4-hour chart in this area to tell you why I'm saying look at this move towards the downside. It's not like NASDAQ. It was 1 2 1 2 1 2. Because when you see several 1-2s, meaning of course the market is still hesitating. When you see overlaps, it means the market's still hesitating to move massively toward the downside. While Tesla, it has just double 1-2 and directly moving towards the upside. It's like, yeah, it knows already the direction of the price. However, in Tesla, what we are looking at is, of course, let's move on the 1-hour chart again. Inside this wave C, we're looking at 1 2 here, another 1 2, and then 1 2 3 4 and a 5 for your wave 3. Yeah. We still need our wave 4, which it was, of course, the Friday move toward the upside as an A, B, and a C. Here we go. We have A, B, and a C. Your wave 3 is also a finished impulse, as you can see. 1 2 3 4. Sorry, 1 2 1 2 3 4 and a 5 for wave 3, 4 and a 5, where your wave 4 is 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Very nice. Finishing wave 3, ABC for wave 4, and then continuation toward the downside. Yep. And of course, we are very, very close to finish, of course, a wave 4. Let's go 15-minute chart, even to see this wave C here. So you have 1 2 1 2 3. Very, very interesting. 1 2 3 4 interfering again. Okay, it's turning into a diagonal. Yeah, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Yeah, this is what is it. Because if you have 1 2 1 2 3, it was supposed to be 4 interfered again with zone 1. I don't know what happened. Yeah, something happened during that move, meaning turning into a diagonal here. Ending diagonal 1 2 3 4 and a 5. As you can see, NASDAQ, S&P so far still looking to finish a tiny wave 4 toward the upside, 5, sorry, to finish a wave 4, and then moving toward the downside, continuation, of course, the trend. So these are the insights. Now, of course, next target are, of course, this blue box between the 200 and the 191 for Tesla. And did we finish here? Of course not. You still have 4 5 4 5 4 5, right? Because you have several 1-2s. And of course, in this scenario, we can start to estimate in this area, by the way. Once we finish here, we have to estimate the market if it's gonna move toward the upside after a running flat, failing to taking the low with 5 waves impulsive, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. These are the insights for Tesla. So still, of course, looking for lower for the next week. Still have, of course, until the 200 potentially as a first target. And of course, we have several 4-5s towards the downside. So I would say, yeah, around the 150 is possible. Yeah, around 150. Failing to take the low and then potentially reversal for after, of course, a running flat. And continuation for higher again, potentially, of course. Yep. So that was it for Tesla. Let's move to Nvidia. Nvidia is very, very nice price action because, of course, even the move toward the upside was very sharp. As you have realized, it's so different than NASDAQ or than Tesla or any other stock. It has a very remarkable rebound here, and potentially that in Nvidia, I see a lot of shoppiness. A lot of shoppiness. Nothing is impulsive in Nvidia, and this is nice. Meaning we are finishing kind of in WXY actually. Rather than having an impulse wave C here, ABC, you're having a WXY, a wave Y, which it can be, of course, 3 structures. Each wave is a structure itself. We're gonna, of course, re-estimate this. Basically, what we are looking at here in Nvidia, as we see, of course, after the X potentially that you have, of course, an ABC as well, but yeah, higher possibility that you are in a wave Y. And potentially that you have here a wave A in three waves up for wave B, and this is your only wave C, and that it can be done and finished in our blue box very nicely, by the way, and hitting it a perfect hit and moving toward the upside. That was a very, very successful prediction, right? 100% prediction, and moving toward the upside after, yeah, finishing kind of a WXY, guys. So very, very potential that Nvidia can move toward the upside. I mean, based on the chart, I cannot say if NASDAQ is moving down and say that Nvidia is not gonna move down. At the end, it is an asset. It has it's a corporation. It's an own corporation, and they have their own businesses, their own market. So of course, it can shift from NASDAQ. I mean, it's not necessarily that it shift or keep moving down with NASDAQ. It can be sideways. I'm not saying that it's going to be very, very bullish, but it can be sideways as well. Yeah. And this is what I saw already here, because all the stocks are just melting while NASDAQ is just still in a correction wave, right? A, B, and a C. Finished ABC and then moving toward the upside. Now, what is the possibility? Let's say, okay, it's gonna drop down. Just always have a bearish scenario in case. What if that this wave, three waves, finished, and then you get three waves up again, and then another structure toward the downside to finish WXY. Still, you need to rebound. And that's why I was saying, okay, it might be maybe still corrective, potentially, or don't forget WX and a Y, it can be your wave Y a zigzag. Sorry, a triangle. It is already a zigzag. It can be a triangle, transforming this an A, B, C, D, and an E. This is the psychology in Nvidia. I don't know. What is the fundamentals? Of course, there are fundamentals. There are, of course, special stuff. I mean, it's Nvidia things, but potentially the psychology for Nvidia is not impulsive toward the downside. And you can see the move or the rally toward the upside was very, very remarkable in comparison with NASDAQ, S&P, even that they moved up, but not like Nvidia, right? So very, very remarkable rally. I would say that Nvidia is kind of like showing power in the stock, and we're looking potentially to something else. It's not like NASDAQ moving and dumping and so on. We might, of course, range if the sentiments are not very, very bullish for all-time high, meaning, of course, we might range in this area, and then, of course, when finishing a triangle, moving towards the upside. Yep, Nvidia showing a very nice price action. If we move into the 1 hour chart to count this, the beautiful thing is that it is very impulsive. Yeah, it's a very clear impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning whatever it's gonna happen here in the next week is gonna take at least the double price again. Here we go. Meaning minimum target is a zigzag. A, B, and a C. Blue box again. Yep. If we have this ABC, what is the scenario therefore? You finish an A, you finished a B, C, D, and a E. Yep. That's for NASDAQ. And of course, for Nvidia, even possible after having a zigzag, you might have a move down, and then probably NASDAQ and S&P at this time would have finished their drop, and potentially seeing higher prices again and transforming this to 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, meaning continuation for the market towards the upside for new all-time high. This is what I see for Nvidia. Very special. Cool. So let's move to COINBASE. Next is COINBASE. XIAOMI would be interesting too. I have a bit problems counting it, but it's bullish. Yes, sure. is coming. Of course, the special requests are coming after the list, which is in the pinned message. We are in Coinbase right now. We have the gold after and Amazon, and we start with the special request. And with pleasure, activated. All right, so yeah, we are in Coinbase. In Coinbase, let's go to the weekly. It's too much weekly. Actually, daily is more than enough. Here we go. On Coinbase, we have, of course, yeah, it's dropping down, of course, with you're most welcome activated. We have W, X, and a Y for 3 waves toward the downside, A, B, and a C for higher. Yeah, so potentially finishing here a big W, X, and a Y. If you have 3 waves down, 3 waves up in your yellow scenario, and you're looking to an expanding flat here as an A, B, and a C to finish a wave Y and then continuation to higher, meaning Coinbase aligning with NASDAQ, S&P, etc. The difference is moving that the difference between them is a very clear price action in one wave C toward the downside as an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Hitting the 1.38, 1.618, 123, and 143. Very, yeah, very, very nice expanding or typical expanding flat. Yeah, taking the low with it potentially. So if we dive a little bit deeper on the 1 hour chart to estimate, of course, as this move toward the downside, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse potentially here, of course, finishing a wave 1. And you have ABC expanding flat for wave 2, very nice Elliott wave patterns. And of course, wave 1, ABC again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for wave 3. And then ABC, of course, for your wave 4. Potentially, we're going to hit it, of course, this week. Should be. Let me check the time. Time for wave 2. Yeah, I think it's still. Yeah, it still need time. That we cannot say that wave 4 is finished. Actually, just let me check. If this is your wave 3, yeah, this is exact time. Here we go. This is the time here exactly, which is 24 March, probably in the next Monday. So potentially, we might, of course, range in this area to hit this blue box and then continuation toward the downside. One more wave for Coinbase and then moving for higher. Means one more wave after wave 4 and then moving for higher in all case scenarios. Yep, so this is for Coinbase. Very easy chart, by the way. On the daily, it looks like very, very simple. And of course, I mean, it's still lag for data a little bit. What to expect after this? Let's say we finish this flat. If you finish a correction toward the downside, always, even without taking the low, as in this case scenario, when you finish a correction toward the downside, meaning, of course, continuation for higher. Impulsively, it should be. Yep. So we might, of course, see an impulse taking the all-time high again. That was it for the Coinbase. And let's check the gold. Why I'm typing gold. XAU. Here we go. All right. So in the gold, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, huge, huge all-time high. 3,000 finally hit for the gold. We finally hit the all-time high at 3,000. We were looking for it since months. And here we go. We touch it. If you remember my last video for the gold, I said this is a very psychological number, 3,000. We're going to hit it and moving toward the downside. We're going to check it again. So the gold, of course, fundamentally as well, you know, all the conflicts right now around the world with economic conflicts and the war trades and so on, this, of course, will support the gold price to move for higher, right? And that's why we hit, and even I think that we're not done yet. we're not done yet. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I think there is still one more for 5. We're gonna see it. So ABC toward the upside finished wave 1 here, or wave A, meaning we are in 1, 2, 3. This is your wave 3, by the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 3 is an A, B, and a C, of course, where you can see clearly an impulse, correction, impulse. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Again, I always get confused with this. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Of course, the potential that we are in a wave 4 here is, of course, being like possible. But the thing is that this is very shallow, and it didn't took the right fibs for a wave 4. Therefore, I expect, of course, a drop down from the 3000 for a wave 4. Another scenario is, of course, an A, a B, and a C. You're looking for an impulse, bigger impulse toward the upside in the orange scenario here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. As you can see in both case scenarios, those both require a wave 4 here. Yeah. The difference is that the yellow one can be a little bit deeper. This is the difference. So definitely somewhere here in this area, of course, I mean inside the blue box, as expected, we're moving toward the downside for a wave 4. If we dive deeper inside this wave here, on the daily, we can see, of course, this wave ABC. It has finished here. Your impulse in a wave 5, which we are looking for it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Everything looks perfect and healthy, right? Impulse for wave 1, correction for wave 2, impulse for wave 3, correction for the wave 4. 1, 2, and then 3 finished here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And here we go. This is your last wave 5, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's turn on the labels. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very nice. Now, if we move on the 1 hour chart to check this final wave 5, did we finish it or not yet? This is our wave 4 that we counted, of course, in a bigger view, and that's why I always go from the big view to the smallest to see step by step how the things works. 2, wave 2, and then 3 finished, A, B, and a C. Your wave 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's wrong. That is wrong. Why? Because 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is can be diagonal. Something is wrong here. Why is wrong? Because I think this wave 3 is shorter than wave 1 and shorter than wave 5, which something wrong in it. But it is one wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, interfering, not interfering. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Aha. Okay. Okay, guys. This is the scenario here. This is your wave 1. Okay. Yeah, that is a mistake. It is true a wave 3. The wrong was here. Leading, I don't know, I think I shifted by mistake. Leading diagonal, because I already have the signal. I don't know why it shifted. 1, A, B, C for wave 2, running flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now this is a nice wave 3, right? Longer than wave 1. And then 4 and a 5 to finish a wave 3, W, X, and a Y, right? And with this one, now we are finishing this wave 5 to finish wave 5 in a bigger count, a wave 5 even in a bigger, and the, of course, all-time high, big wave 5. Did we finish it? Not yet. So very small move is gonna finish it. As you can see, impulse, ABC for wave 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Because again, very short wave 3. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very short, shorter than wave 1, shorter than wave 5. And of course, we're looking at double 1, 2, meaning 3, 4, 5, 4 and a 5, and a big 4, and then a big 5. Why? Because you have a big 1, 2. So that means we did not finish yet. We're still looking, of course, for higher. We're still looking potentially, of course, after 4545 smaller, potentially, of course, to this level where anyway our label are inside this blue box. Here we go. This is our much more precise target, if we want to say. What do I have here? Oh, that's an old one. Yeah, let me check it. Let me turn off the other things. Let me check what do I have before. So let's zoom in. 1, 2, okay. This is a very old prediction here. Okay, wave 2 finished anyway. We can remove it. Well, okay, yeah, it worked as predicted. This is your wave 3, 4, and a 5. Exactly. In a bigger view, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But of course, internally, as I mentioned, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish actually a wave 3. So I would say, yeah, let's put it even higher. Here we go. And let's draw the paths anyway for the next time. So in that case, I don't forget it. Here we go. Yes, this is what we are expecting for the gold. Still coming back, of course, for the 3,000, potentially hitting the 3,100. And from there, of course, we're moving down again, guys, for a wave 4, big wave 4. And that because, again, on the, let's go a little bit bigger. On the 4 days chart, for example, we are looking at a finished wave 3 here, yeah, with it. Big wave 3, yeah, or the wave 3 in the orange scenario, which is the impulse. Meaning we are looking for a shallow wave 4 or for a deep wave 4. Which one it's gonna be? We're gonna estimate step by step. It can be somehow like this, 3 waves down, or 3 waves down in a zigzag. Yeah, the difference is can be like zigzag or regular flat. Regular flat is, of course, your orange scenario. Zigzag is your yellow scenario. And that is a big difference, of course. Not so big in terms, of course, of the price action, but I mean, not in terms of the scenarios, because, of course, you're still looking in both case scenario for a wave 5. In the orange or in the yellow. But the difference is how much higher. The wave 5 again in the yellow is gonna be higher. The wave 5 in the orange is gonna finish a wave C, lower. That is the difference only. Then after here, you will finish a big wave 1. Why? Because of course the gold, I think it never goes down anyway. So it's only go up. It's almost like meaning big wave 1 in leading diagonal, right? So big wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. Okay, the way through even like the 3 waves for a wave 2 can be very shallow, and then moving towards the upside. So after finishing 1, 2, here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for this leading diagonal, right? I think we put it so much high here. Yeah, here we go. But the targets, by the way, those targets are taken from the orange one. Yeah? From the orange one, meaning it would possibly hit, of course, this blue box soon or later. I mean, this is, of course, it's gonna need a lot of time, but very possible in a very long term. Yeah. But in a wave 5, of course, definitely you will move higher because it's a bigger leading diagonal. Your wave 3 might be like kind of like 3 waves like this, so it's gonna be like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 for higher. Yep. So this is the gold here. Yeah, very nice for the gold. We hit finally the all-time high, and of course we still have to test it again, the 3000. It's gonna be tested again, guys, and then moving toward the downside. Cool. The final one before, of course, we move to the special request, guys. Of course, leave it in the chat box. The first one we're gonna test is the XIAOMI, right? After Amazon. So the last one is Amazon. Here we go. So On Amazon, what we are looking at on a bigger view here for the monthly, of course, is a big impulse toward the upside in the yellow label. We have, of course, a big wave 1, 2. We have 1, 2, 1, 2 inside it or internally. 3, 4, 5 to finish this wave 3 in the white. You finish the wave 4 also in the white, and currently you are in a wave 5 for this white label. With it, you're gonna finish the main wave 3 in the yellow. That means, of course, we are in a wave 5 as an impulse. Let's move inside it on the daily directly. So, on the daily, we are looking here for a big wave 1 potentially, and that because, of course, we have an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 4 did not interfere with the zone 1. Very good. And then, of course, your wave 3 is longer than wave 1 and 3. And yeah, this is a perfect impulse. And of course, in this case scenario, we are in 1 and we are looking for a wave 2. Your wave 2 might be an expanding flat, and this expanding flat might turn into running flat. Again, aligning with NASDAQ and S&P. Can you analyze under ARMOUR, please? Is it called Under Armour? This is how I should write it. And sure, of course, PayPal as well. Yeah, very nice for PayPal. By the way, it was in my mind to enter PayPal in the list of the channel. But yeah, so we're gonna take a look. So in Amazon, by the way, we are very, very close as well to finish 5 waves toward the downside. What does it say, guys? If we are very, very close to finish 5 waves without taking the low, failing to take the low, what does it mean? Very potential running flat, A, B, and a C, right? That means in Amazon, we are very close for it. Let's see if we finished. Ticker is UAAA, okay. Yes, I'm gonna check this. Right, so in the 4-hour chart, this moved toward the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Did we finish this wave 5? Well, very, very high potential, guys. Let me check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very nice impulse, not interfering with zone 1. Wave 3 is longer than the 1. Wave 5 is longer than 3, but that's fine with the rules. ABC for wave 2, very nice, okay. And then we have 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, I think I need to check this exactly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, is this longer, meaning no, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, this is a leading diagonal. Here we go. Here we go. This is your leading diagonal for a wave 1, meaning this is a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3, meaning 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Okay, all right. That's the first time I moved so deep into it. But here we go. 3, 4, and a 5, meaning this is your wave 5. 1, 1, 2. Okay. Yep. Something else is unfolding. Now we hit the blue box here. Very nice hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Oh, okay. I think it's already, yeah, it should interfere. Okay, wave 5. Yeah, here we go. I think it's finished, guys. It is very potentially that we finished in Amazon. But the problem, this looks corrective still. Okay, let me dive even in the 50-minute chart here. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay, 50-minute chart. Thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. Finished. Here we go. Amazon has a potential, guys, for a reversal as well, like Nvidia. Yeah, and it's very logic, to be honest. Based on, if you think about it fundamentally, it's very logic. I mean, Amazon, yeah, I mean, it's Would you stop ordering from Amazon? Who would? So here we go. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's gonna drop, of course, with the NASDAQ. It's gonna show some weakness, but for sometimes it's gonna okay. I'm Amazon, you know. And then, of course, yeah, it's gonna move towards the upside again. So there is no leading diagonal, or your only leading diagonal is inside this area. Here we go. This is your leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is an ending diagonal. Currently, we're looking to something unfolding. Now, it can be still corrective. It might still be corrective, and it might, of course, unfold something else. So potentially, it can say, okay, I'm a 1, ABC for a wave 2, and we're looking for something impulsive again. So 1, A, B, and a C for a wave 2, 1, 2, 3, and currently this is definitely a correction for a wave 4, looking for a wave 5, finishing double 1, 2 again, and then continuation potentially towards the upside. Yep, so Amazon and Nvidia, just to recap, guys, Amazon, to recap our whole analysis right now. If you want, we can write it here. So we have NASDAQ. NASDAQ is still, yeah, I would say bearish. Yeah, still bearish. We have S&P, of course, aligning with NASDAQ, still bearish. And we have Tesla, still bearish. And Nvidia bullish, right? Nvidia. Okay, I have my caps lock on. Nvidia is bullish. I mean, potential, guys, yeah? Potential bullish or sideways, yeah? Amazon is also, I'm gonna put this, slash sideways, okay? And Amazon is also bullish sideways, yeah, potentially, but that is like 1 2 1 2 formation, yeah, but it can be bullish, guys. So sideways, yeah. So those are signal of strength, of course. Gold, very close. I mean, yeah, I mean very close for top. For top, potentially one more test, or let's say testing the top and moving lower. Yeah. And I think this will happen when NASDAQ will start to move up, because the investor will, okay, gold, we got the psychological number, it's gone until the next bull run. Let's invest in NASDAQ again, since NASDAQ now is looking for higher. You see how the things, of course, start to switch. Yeah, what do we have as well? Coinbase is, oh, what happened? Did they delete my text? Did they delete my text? Oh my God, I was looking in my paper. I don't know what happened. So NASDAQ is, sorry guys, bearish. S&P bearish. Bearish. And Tesla is also bearish. Bearish. And Nvidia is bullish or sideways, right? Bullish slash sideways. And what was Amazon, also bullish sideways. I'm writing this, guys, because I need to copy it later on the Discord channel, of course, for the members. Don't forget, our private Discord channel, of course, is a limited number, because, you know, I like to interact with you guys if you have some special requests during the day and so on. So that's why it is private. If you would like to join, of course, it is a limited number. We are almost close to the half. So just to let you know. And we have the gold, of course, testing the high, and then yeah, let's say after going lower, and we have, of course, what Coinbase is bearish, right? That's it. Yep, so these are the insights of our analysis. We're gonna see how the things are going for the next week, but this is what we are expecting for the next week. Yeah, basically, this is our expectation for the next week for these things. Now let's move to XIAOMI. For who asked for XIAOMI? Activated. Is there anything else before Amazon? We already did it. Yep. So let's see XIAOMI. XIAOMI. Here we go. Okay, but what should I choose here? XIAOMI Corporation, I think the first one. Okay, 15-minute chart is choppy. Let's check 2 weeks. It's too much, then daily. But isn't it when this has started? 2022? Is it the all-time history? XIAOMI. What is that? Aha. Okay, this is all-time history. Yep. So the all-time history for XIAOMI, what do we have? Let's start here from the clear patterns. We have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, obviously. Lower count. Okay. Let me check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, but yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, interesting. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wow. Yep. I mean, look at this impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. What is your second 4, 5? Unless if this is your second 4, 5, that means it is an ABC. Beautiful Elliott wave, right? A, B, and a C. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, guys, yeah? And then you got, let's say you got a wave 3 here, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. If you take this as one impulse, how you can read it? Yeah, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're still missing one more for 5, which it has been taken here. Therefore, this is an A, B, and a C, and we're looking, of course, here at an impulse again. Okay. No, it's not impulsive, and you know it from this 3-wave corrective, right? Because you start with 3 corrective waves, it doesn't mean that you are an impulse, even if it looks like an impulse, yeah? As you can see as well, even if it looks like an impulse, it's not necessarily to be an impulse, and this is the trick, yeah? In Hong Kong chart, okay, I think this is a good all-time history. I'm not sure if this is a Hong Kong chart. But yeah, so 3 waves down, 3 waves up. You're looking for a wave C here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Exactly. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Sorry, your wave 4 here is running flat. 5. Okay, that's right. Okay, this is definitely ABC or WXY, but definitely something corrective. ABC. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Because you have here 3 ways down, 3 ways up. Yes, exactly. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice answer. If you remember, when you finish a correction toward the downside, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You finished a correction, right? So what's next? You don't have a data. What's next? You finish your correction toward the downside, simply continuation impulsively for higher. And this is exactly what's going on. So you have finished here an A, B, and a C. Big ABC, right? So we're gonna put it in this scenario. You can say that the market in XIAOMI has found psychology exactly in this area. Yeah, this is how we call it. And then we have right now triple 1 2. You have 1 2, currently 3 4 and a 5. We have to test if we finished, unfinished actually, potentially here. And you have another 1 2 3 4 and a 5. So this is your yellow scenario. And then one final 1 2 3 4 and a 5. And this is our rounded scenario in the orange. And this one, here we go. Yes, so this is what we're looking at. Here we have this massive move toward the upside. If we move inside it, let's see 1 2 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 for wave 1, and then 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, yes. You are looking as well here at double 1 2 inside it. I'm not gonna count this, guys, but potentially we have 1 2 1 2 or let me check. Yeah, 1 2 1 2, and then 3. This is your wave 3 as 1 2 3 4 and a 5, but your wave 3 is shorter, which I don't like it. But it's impossible to be shorter. No, it's. I think it is longer a little bit than the wave 5. In this case scenario, of course, if we have 1 2 3 4 5 potentially like this, then you have to read it 1 2, and then kind of like 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's a little bit tricky here. Let me check, guys. Okay, I think we have to count it. And before counting it, let's check, of course, if this is really shorter, because it's a key answer. Wow, it is shorter. Okay, this wave is shorter than the wave 5. That means something else is going on here. All right, 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Okay, let's label this as then 1 2 3 4 and a 5, 1 2, and then you have double 1 2s here. Yeah, this is how it should be. Yes, exactly, because it is shorter. It tells you, okay, this is 1 2 1 2. Yeah. So let's put this, of course, in very gray and very small one. Here we go. So we have 1 2 1 2. I'm not gonna count even lower. That's too much. But here we go. This is what you get. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 to finish a wave 3, and then of course finish again big wave 4 5, and then of course continuation. Meaning, I prefer just simply to put the path here, just to remember. Then big wave 4, then a 5, then a 4, then a 5, 4, and a 5. Somehow like that. Here we go. So basically the main impulse is gone, guys. I would say basically this main impulse is finished. Here we go. Now in a bigger picture, of course, you have a big wave 4. Be careful, it might come very, very low. Again, and then finishing this somehow like this. You're gonna get, of course, a lot of 4 5 4 5 4 5s here to finish wave 3 finally, of course, as 1 2 3 4 and a 5. This is how it's gonna be for XIAOMI. Next is UAA Under Armour. What is that company? Is it weapon? Is it a weapon company like Rheinmetall or Lockheed Martin, something like this in the US? What is it, Fabian? Because with the armor, it sounds like military. Okay. So let's see. 1 2 3 4 and a 5. 1 2, no, like Nike and Adidas. Okay, perfect. It's just like I don't like to support so much weaponry charts here. 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Oh, okay. All right, so 1 2 3 4 and a 5. We're looking here at ABC definitely. Yeah, finished expanding flat. So big A, B, and a C. You finished it here. Let's put it in blue. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Your wave 4 did not interfere. Is that an impulse? Definitely. Yes. So you have another clear impulse. No invalidation, no interfere. Wave 3 is longer than wave 5, longer than wave 1. Perfect. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So look here, you finished already 3 corrective waves toward the upside. And this is the same scenario that we saw before, but in the opposite way. So if you start with a big move toward the upside, you finish a correction and you moving toward the downside. And definitely this is a wave 1. You're looking potentially for A, B, and a C as a wave 2 and potentially toward the downside. If not, wave 2 already finished, and then you're looking for a big wave 1, A, B, C for wave 2, and now continuation toward the downside. I'm coming back. Just let me check if there is a bigger all-time high here, all-time history, rather than this one. So this one was expanding flat, starting with it. I'm not sure if this is, but this is the American one yet. I think, yeah, you're looking for this one. Yeah, so this doesn't look good, to be honest, Fabian. Sorry. For bullish, it doesn't look good. For bearish, of course, it's looking perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning this is your wave 1. Wave 2, potentially 3, 4, 5 toward the downside. Big wave 1 here in the yellow, let's put it, and big. And your second 1, 2 here, as you can see, an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You finished a wave 1. A, B, and a C potentially for a wave 2. Finished in a running flat as well because stocks love running flats. And we have here a wave 2. Yep. Yeah, so this is those are the possibilities for it. I mean, the highest possibility here. But let me check if I can find another possibility before we move very low. Yeah, that is a possibility, which is an A, B, and a C, which can be less damage if you are already inside this in the opposite side. This can be less damage, but yeah, as an A, B, and a C, meaning 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. This is also possible, or WXY, meaning 3 waves up, 3 waves down, another structure toward the upside can finish also WX and a Y. Yeah, and in case we are looking for a wave C, this can be a zigzag. Finishing here kind of like it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, I would say it can be one more wave C here. Yeah, meaning, let me check this. Let's say this is your wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is like this, by the way. It is, so far, it is like this, meaning the wave 1 is still not finished yet. 1, 2, in case you are very, very bearish. I would prefer that this is a 1, 2, 3 right now. Let's label it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In this scenario, you have to be careful. It can, of course, move toward the upside again, yeah, after 3 waves down. Unless you will consider this a big wave 1, yeah, because you have already a big wave 1 here. 1, 2, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 toward the downside. Higher potential, it is a wave C. I'm gonna give you some targets. Here we go. Wave C in a zigzag, 1-to-1 fib level, exactly where I put it. $3.47 might reverse from there. But basically now moving toward the downside in both case scenarios. Yeah. So here, potential of reversal, and then if not, then continuation. PayPal, yeah, PayPal, very interesting to take a look at PayPal. But let me push a red button here, so maybe in the next live stream. Someone asked for it as well. PayPal. Whoa, what's happening to PayPal? Whoa, what is that? Okay, that's scary. I think. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, that's definitely an impulse. I mean, leading diagonal 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Okay. Well, at least that is an impulse. This is a good thing. But the wave 2 is so sharp and so deep. But at least you have an impulse, yeah. That means, of course, I mean, that is a second wave toward the upside sooner or later. But that's your wave 2 is not finished yet. So A, B, and a C potentially, or a wave 1 and then 2, 3 over the wave C, 4 and a 5 for higher. Okay. Is it the competition with PayPal? I think so. There is a lot of competitors for PayPal. I see it from the US advertising. Sometimes I watch some movies in the US. I mean, of course, with my VPN. And I see the advertising. There is many companies like very close to PayPal, like the same concept with PayPal. And it's only in US. And I think this is a problem since they start to see some competitors potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 impulse. Corrections 3 waves. You're looking for the final impulse to finish a wave B. But the problem is that that's why I was shocked, because this wave, if this is an A, if this is your wave B, your wave C, is it gonna be very shallow? Questionable. I'm afraid that it moves with a zigzag to the $15, transforming this into W, X, and a Y, and a zigzag here as 1-to-1 fib level. Is a monster, yeah, is a monster and risky as well. Very risky, because as you see, I'm explaining right now, if this is your wave 2, your wave 2 has to be 3 waves toward the downside. If this is your impulse, meaning you finished wave A here, you got your 3 waves and you're continuing impulsively toward the downside. And in a zigzag, definitely, because the only way to be corrective is a zigzag. Your zigzag target as 1-to-1 fib level is $15. Taking the low. That's not good. Based on the fib levels, let's check the fib levels, by the way. Guys, taking the 886, taking this number, $39 or $40, meaning your last chance is a wave B. You have to remove this wave 2 from the scenario in case you take the 886. Yeah, but unless we don't take it, the potential can be still for wave 3, 4, 5. But if we take this one and we move up, only wave C can be, meaning also not good, because this is gonna finish 3 waves up, then 3 waves down again. While if you are 3, 4, and a 5, you finished, of course, an impulse. It can turn into 1, 2, 1, 2 even later on. But if you have ABC, you don't have this chance. And this is the difference. This is how you see the future for a stock market, right? If we are in A, B, and a C, you expect 3 waves down, and then moving again with another wave C. If you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, you can say that you finished a wave 1 here, then you're looking for 3 waves and continuation impulsively, meaning fractally. It can become fractal with impulses. But if you're not moving impulsively, that's not good. Yep, so that was it for PayPal. I think I'm not gonna add this to the channel list, guys. I don't see Really nice chart here. But very, very exceptional, yeah, between all what we analyze. And if you have realized, I mean, I try the best to have the best charts, the best opportunities for you guys, and not like any charts. Is it Felix? Felix, how did you acquire your knowledge of Elliott wave? First, what do you mean? Is it Felix? How did you acquire your knowledge of Elliott wave? Well, I learned Elliott wave, of course, from books first, like since 7 years, 6, 7 years. I started to read some books, Elliott wave probabilities especially, and I was attached to it so much. I mean, I'm an architect in the beginning. I'm still architect, and of course I also did MBA and risk management studies and so on. But I was interested in Elliott waves 7 years ago, and I had a book as well. I read it, and I started to practice. Very simple, practicing and applying the theory. Of course, it's not easy, but you have to practice. Without practicing, it doesn't work. And of course, you have to experiment in real trading in the market, analyzing the whole time. This is how you, of course, expand your knowledge. But is it Felix? What do you mean with it? I think is it your it's your nickname? Is it Felix? Okay, man. I thought that this is part of the message. Nice trick with your nickname. Okay, then. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, of course, for being here. It's just my name. Yes, I just realized this. Uh, can you recommend a book? Well, there is plenty. A very nice trick, man. Um, well, I think, look, I mean, you have to search, when you have to search for something, search for probabilities. Yeah, something related to probabilities, because always in the market, I mean, of course, the theory is very important, okay? But I mean, you can find it anywhere on the internet. And with the rules and the principle and etc., it's very, very affordable on the normal internet. But if you want to really like ace the thing, like as Elliott wave, you need to get into the probabilities and how the probabilities shift from a scenario to another, and how it reflects psychology inside it. It means like how you can read psychology from a simple pattern, and how it can switch from a pattern to another, telling you what is the psychology right now. Is it bearish or is it bullish? Yeah. For example, in this chart, the psychology is very, very not good, because if you think you are in an impulse here, as we said, because the psychology was very, very bullish. It's paper here. Everything is looking great. Now you're moving to wave 2. You see, oh, okay, but it's an impulse and you're looking for a deeper wave 2. Yeah, but don't forget that your wave 2 should be a 3 waves patterns. And this is your only impulse, meaning 3 waves pattern has to hit the 1-to-1 fib level as probability, right? As probability, it says you're gonna take the low, meaning the probability now is shifting to bearish, even not bullish, not in a wave 2. And this is how the probabilities is, because this is a probability here. Yeah. Yeah, so these are, and of course the second probability 0.886, and then moving for only wave C and not impulsive, meaning opening other probabilities that, okay, 3 waves up, then just 3 waves down, and just maximum it is wave C again. Because 3 waves up, 3 waves down, meaning it's a flat. Meaning paper is not performing. Yep, these are the probability and psychology. This is what is important in Elliott wave, because counting the waves, everyone can count the wave. Everyone can lay down counts on the chart. It can be very wrong, by the way, but it can be, yeah. So everyone can learn this, but can you really read what is behind it? This is a trick, right? This is the thing. Okay, guys, very nice to have you here, and it was, of course, really nice live stream and very informative. And of course, see you in the next one for the next weekend. I hope that you enjoy also your time. Don't forget, it's not about trading the whole time. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and your life. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.